Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with May the 27th. May I Scraplift You. And today I have the pleasure of scraplifting my friend Jill. I love her creations. She makes the most splendid layouts. The only thing that ever hurts me is that she leaves so much white space sometimes, but always makes it look stunning. I love her layouts. So I had such a good time trying to find one that I could narrow it down to. I am using Sweet Rush. I've got a picture of my sister, my niece, my grandson, and my niece pup, Beneff pup, hanging out at the outlet mall. And I'm down to the very end of my embellishments, like stickers and embellishments for this collection. And I'm down to pretty much the end of my paper. I have this one sheet and then I have 3 other full sheets of paper. But really, what you see embellishment wise is mostly all I have. Not much. So I have my papers, I have my embellishments, a stencil and some ink, my picture, and this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. So, like I said, I adore Jill. I have been watching her create for over 4 years and I love her layouts. It's always almost simple, but not, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't make it look simple, but they're so clean and unique and I adore her. She almost always uses a white cardstock to get started and then just makes that white paper turn into just a beautiful work of art. So this layout right here is no different. She's got some mixed media in the background. It's like a hashtag, like a wonky hashtag, or like cross hatch. So I used a stencil that was kind of like a little, almost like a feather look to me. And I used 2 different colors. I started with worn lipstick and then did festive berries. And then I cut my papers. I think one of hers might be a little bit wider and she has 4 different papers, but because I didn't want to cut into more than one paper, I decided I was just going to do 2. So I did the hot pink and then the sky because they are outside. I trimmed the top of this picture off because there was like a lady in the background. We're at the outlet mall. There was a lady in the background and she had like a mean mug on. So I cut that part out. You couldn't see the sky, but it was a beautiful day. We picked a really good day to go to the outlet mall in North Carolina in Myrtle Beach. And we always go at least once every year, usually just to kind of wander around and check things out, get a scoop of Ben and Jerry's or some fudge, pick up clothes or whatever. Of course, I bought clothes for the baby. I mean, I think that's all I bought other than tennis shoes. So, anyway, so I wanted to do the 4 strips like she has, and I fishtailed them like she did as well, matted them in black because I love how that looks standing out on that stark white. And then I made sure, I got a little nervous because I almost put my picture down too low. But I'm going to put part of my title on my picture. So she has this huge happy at the bottom. And so I'm going to work on my title, which is over there on the paper. You can't see it because of her sketch or her layout's right there. But it says, "Hey, Vacay." And I'm going to use that because the big swoop on the Y, I couldn't move it down much more to where the hay would fit completely on the white. So I thought, you know what? I'm not covering anything but her shoe, my sister's shoe. So I thought it would be perfectly fine to put it on the picture and then just put vacay right underneath. So one of the things from the sticker book is this like arrow that's got the fishtail at the bottom. So I tucked that on here. I used some Nouveau Deluxe on there because it is going right on top of that mixed media. And then I've got like this little today tag and I put that on there. She has like a little beehive on hers. So I've kind of like got a cluster of things to take the place of where that beehive is. So a little journaling spot, little binder clip, and then I put that today there. And then I'm going to add an arrow too. Now she has journaling down the left side of her layout, quite a bit of it actually. And it's really, she has very, very neat handwriting. I don't. And I didn't want to journal over there. I really don't journal a lot in my vacation books because a lot of it is just repeat things. So I just literally put something super simple in that little tag up there. I just wrote chilling out at the outlet mall. so we would know where we were. This will go in the book, and if it doesn't go in a book that is dated, then I will put a year on here as well so that we know what year it is. Not that we're not going to know, because the baby, at that age, you can tell when it's a year's difference. Now, in a couple of years, things are going to start blending together, but right now, he's obviously an infant, so we're going to know what year it is. But I will write it on here if it goes into just a beach layout, book altogether. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to do that, if I'm going to split it up with years or if I'm going to just do a beach, like whole collection of beach layouts, because I put a couple in my chronological year scrapbook, like a first something like in the beginning of the week, and then like our family group shot at the end of the week. I usually do a 2-page or a 4-page spread depending on if something happens. And since I have so many pictures of the baby, maybe I'll do a 4-page spread. But like things like this where we're just at the outlet mall hanging out, I'm not going to put that in my 2025 chronological book. This will go in a beach layout or a beach book. So anyway, I do my little journaling on here on that little note card, and then I fill in that binder clip hole with my enamel accents that I love so much by Ranger. I also fill in the tag hole for the little tag I did my journaling, and then did 3 little dots in 3 places around my picture to bring all that together. And that is it. The only thing I really did that was any different than her is I put a itty bitty little tag up in the very top, like a label in that very top left corner, because I stress about all the empty white space, but she makes it look so good, but I have a hard time with it. So just a little thing up there, and that's where I'll write 2025. I just didn't do it. So anyway, that is it. I love how this turned out. I love all the colors and how everything came together. I adore Jill. Please go check her out on Instagram. Her information is below. She is so creative and I adore her. She makes me laugh all the time. And I've watched this little girl in her picture grow up. So I would love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. I would love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping.